أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله. Today is Thalathon, and it is probably like um, Saturday is the 9th, Friday the 8th, Thursday the 7th, Wednesday the 6th. So it's the 5th, maybe Saturday. I don't know, but it seems strange that both calendars are on the 5th. But anyway, yesterday turned out to be really, really cool. I went to one of my spots that I don't know why I like the marina. You know, Marina Del Rey is my favorite spot. Sorry, Malibu, but Marina Del Rey is my favorite spot in LA. And here, you know, I only been to one beach thus far, but you know, everything in due time. But I was at one of my spots. You know, it's impossible for me to pass up the beach. If I'm near the beach, anywhere near the beach, I cannot leave the area without putting my feet in the water. You know what I mean? So I was just cooling out at my spot, and it was cool. I got some art supplies and stuff so I could create, and I also got some yarn. So you know, I could not wait to get started back crocheting, and it's you know, it's creativity. But so I was, you know, where I'm at, people tend to I don't know, I have a magnetic personality or whatever, but people like to be around me, and it's very antagonistic in my opinion. If I'm sitting there by myself, I'm cool by myself, you know. Don't try to, people will come sit, it feels like right next to me, but they may be 10 feet away from me. But if I'm surrounded by space, why come, you know, in my space, you know? But this one girl was kind of cool about it, you know, because I always find cool spots with a nice view, peaceful, and all that stuff, right? That's just part of being a Muslim. So when people see me there, then they notice that it's a nice spot. But she came right by me, and then she saw, you know, that was kind of infringing upon my seclusion or privacy, my you know, area. So then she got in her car and she went 200 yards down, you know, and I was like, yes, why can't everybody be as considerate as her? So anyway, I was like, I'm not leaving. I had packed up all my stuff. I was ready to go. I was like, I'm just gonna have to miss the fireworks because they were that, you know, by the beach is always gonna be some fireworks that you could see from wherever you are. So I wanted to wait, and it was crazy because this big cruise ship comes into the harbor all the time, and they left right before the fireworks. I was like, that's jacked up, you know. They can make a exception to the rule and just stay and let the people see the fireworks or whatever, but they was like, ooh, and it was out, you know. And it's so much better than that Calliope in New Orleans when the steamboat. It is so creepy to me. You could Google, you know, the Calliope or Calliope, wherever Master P Street is. That's the music, and it's like this air organ or something that they play, and it sounds so creepy to me. And hearing is my primary sense. If I had to lose any of my senses, it would not, if I could choose, I would rather go blind than lose my hearing, but so I'm at, waiting for the fireworks, and it gets, they had a certain time for their fireworks to start, but soon as it got like close to sunset, the sun is down, then all these keku started lighting their own fireworks, and I was like, that is so cool. The government is too involved in the daily activities, the daily lives of the people who live in this country. In high school, in government class, we learned about laissez-faire government, which is like a very loose, unobtrusive, withdrawn, not involved government. It's like, let people just live their lives without all these rules and regulations, because I grew up on a dead-end street, and on the 4th of July, it was like all of our neighbors got together and we all went outside, lit off fireworks, had little sparklers or whatever, and it was fun, but then, I don't know, maybe junior high, 85 or something, 86, the government outlawed fireworks. You couldn't do your own fireworks. You had to go to some place where they put on a fireworks show, and I hated it. I tried to, they call it being a good sport, but, what can you do? So, but I hated it. I liked going outside with all my friends and right outside our house. And when it was over, you could go back and finish watching TV or whatever you was doing. But it would be late when it was over. You'd be sleepy, and it was just, bad. We really have nothing to celebrate on that day. At least not what they're celebrating. And back then I didn't know about the nation, that it was July 4th that Allah came and made himself known to us, that it was our time to take over the rule, and he began his destruction of America and Europe and Australia, the places where the white man has their strongholds. He chose the day of their, the height of their celebration for their destruction. So yeah, I just wanted to give a little backstory to the fireworks show that was the best. And I was sitting there watching these, teenagers. Oh, that too. While I was at the beach during the day, the 4th of July is like Christmas or Thanksgiving or any other day that the slaves, or the 85%ers, the ones who are blind to the knowledge of themselves and their enemy and their God, they're blind to the knowledge of the devil, the oppressor, who has taken over the rule from the original people and taken over the rule of the original people, So any day that they give us off, we getting together, we gonna barbecue, we gonna have a little celebration regardless of what the occasion is, because it doesn't pertain to us. It's just a day off, where we can get together and karamu or whatever. But I thought it was so great because when I first got here, I had like, what do they call it? Disposable income. So I stayed at like one of the best if not the best hotels on the whole island, and they boast that they have this private beach, right? And it's two hotels right between them, right next to each other, but between them is this big grassy area with palm trees and stuff. It looks like it could be a golf course, but I don't think it's big enough. You could probably putt or whatever, but so a lot of things, when I go places, it just changes things. Like 7-Eleven sells pizza now, and they didn't when I first got here. But I love seeing the Hawaiians return to this beach, because it's not another beach that's really close, and it's a really nice beach. That's the I'm there, so I like nice places, but it just felt really good to see this family of Hawaiians at this private beach, and they probably been going to that beach, for since it was there, you know what I mean? And then the white man comes and takes their land and builds, and it's like a harbor where the cargo ships come and drop off all their cargo right there. And I'm like, they importing all this stuff to this self-sufficient island that doesn't need any of it. They just make this big, much ado about nothing. I read in a paper where this island, Hawaii, could feed so many people. But then the white man coming, when I came, I noticed all this flat land where they felled the trees, and they was probably going to use it for farming cash crops, and then they got to divert the streams to go and irrigate this farmland that wasn't even necessary. I learned being homeless that fresh fruit makes me happy. When you're homeless, it's difficult to eat the food that you like. So when I would go to the shelter and they would give us fruit, I just, was like my body produced these endorphins and serotonin and all these happy hormones, these hormones that just make you feel good. So when I got fresh fruit, but then like tropical fresh fruit, man, I got a little fruit cup one time and it had tropical fruit in it. I was like, man, the difference is astounding. So if you're gonna get fresh fruit, try and get pineapples, mangoes, papayas. I'm still trying to like those. It's, sometimes things are really good, but if you're not used to it, it takes a minute for you to be able to appreciate, the goodness, because you're not used to it. Like when I first had cardamom, I was like, okay, but I kept using it, and now I have to put it in my coffee, or hot chocolate, or milk and honey, or ice cream, or it's one of those staples in my spice bag. But yeah, so then that same Hawaiian family, after I was happy for them reclaiming the land, then I was sad that it was in celebration of the people who took their land's independence. And I was like, when they gonna have a Hawaiian Independence Day? Be like those countries in Africa that kicked the colonizer, imperialist, capitalist swine out of their country, and return to the monarchy. I met this brother and he told me that Benin is like the last kingdom in Africa, but it's still there, which is amazing after all that the white man tried to do to destroy our continent. it's still there, you know. So yeah, shout out to Benin. But anyway, that was it. Just that's what Hawaiian American independence looked like for me. I saw the best, you know, because I'm watching these children playing on the beach, throwing fireworks in the water, and they still, you know, lit up in the water. It was so dope, you know. And then I see all these fireworks going off in the sky way, way far away, making all this noise and doing way too much. But that, you know, just watching these teenagers be teenagers, you know, and just have fun in 2022 is so dope, you know. The youth just Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.